I'm really excited, and thank you for inviting me. I'm really
You're
excited.
you're very welcome. What got you into the entertainment industry?
What got me in there? So it all started quite recently. I'm talking about 5 years ago, COVID. That what actually happened when COVID happened to me in a way, just to myself, it was
Hmm.
kind of like a um, awakening moment. I could do something that I really loved. And before I never had the opportunity to, or maybe I was just finding excuses or whatever. But that was the breaking point where I decided I wanted to study acting. And that's when I started.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
What is your best advice you ever heard or received?
As a as an actor, right?
Yes.
Many. I think. Well, the one that I always tell to others now that I can is um, choose something different. I think that acting is something that and as I think every other um, type of artistic job like singing or um, modeling as well is really is a place where you get to become your best version. That's what I think. That's what happened to me. And but at the same time, it's a process. So the best advice I give people is don't rush the process. Trust the process. And that's how I live by.
Very true. Trust the process. Don't
Don't
rush
rush
things.
it. Yes.
100%. Um, what's your why?
My why is through acting. I want I want to change the world. I want to make this world a better place I found it. And I decided I want to do it through acting. Um, I think I I love to help people to go through the same process I went through. So the awakening process where you realize that some things are more important than the thing that we are worried daily, or to actually help others to become their best version. That's what I think is my why of why I wake up and I want to do this.
That's absolutely amazing because we want to, our goal is to change the world, and bring positivity. And as us being in the entertainment industry, we're telling people stories. That's one thing.
Very true.
I mean, and we hope to let them see the other side of the story, like the other person's stories, and see what happened to that family or to that person, what changed them, 100%. What was the most challenging role you ever taken?
So, as I said before, I've started my journey five
Mm-hmm.
years ago from scratch, from zero. That for me was already because that, what I think is that we are actors in life. That's what it is.
Hmm.
We are,
Hmm.
when people tell me show yourself, like I want to see yourself, and I'm always going like which one? Because with you, I'm different person. With my girlfriend, I'm a different person. With my um, grandmother, that's how. So I think I've done. Recently landed a lead acting role on Amazon Prime, um, but that one was kind of like me in real life. That's why maybe it helped to then have a
Hmm.
good performance or whatever. Um, but I think that talking about the process, the most difficult thing was to really understand uh, patience. And
Mhm.
um, if I had to go for a role that would be really hard to play, if I have to think in the future, would be something like, when you want to become, when you become something new. And I'm talking about, like, I don't know, like a math teacher, something that I always hated, by the way. So now that would be something that I would love to give myself like a go, because it's something difficult, something that I always hated, and like, all of a sudden here we are. I can become a math teacher. And by the way, there are so many. There's so much progress that you do. And I'm talking about years, because even for my movie, even though I was kind of like the character in the movie, I had to study for almost 1 year and a half for that. And
Mhm.
that what made everything better later.
Wow. And that's the one thing about the entertainment industry because people don't seem to understand that it's not easy. It's not. And you think that you think it's easy getting in the entertainment industry. You think that okay, I'm gonna get into it and I'm gonna win a Oscar awards or I'm gonna win this reward the next day or I'm gonna do this and do this. But in reality, like you're saying in your testimony and other actors who I've interviewed that they say it's not an easy journey and it's hard, but you work for it. You keep that passion because you like and you can correct me, but like you were saying, it's like you go for it, keep the courage, you keep going because it's it's a fun journey, but it's also hard. Like auditions and staying late on set and waking up early the next day. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize when they're watching on screen or on YouTube, Amazon Prime. When you're watching a film, you're like, wow, it was amazing. But in reality, it's like you kind of want to change your brain a little bit and think about those cast members because how long did it take for the cast members to be there on set and how many times did they have to rehearse the role and it's like oh it's 6 p.m. oh now it's 9 p.m. oh now it's
Yeah,
midnight we're still rehearsing the role and then you have to like wait we have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning the next day and it's midnight and
sure.
you think about it it's like because they may say we want to get a sunrise role or we want to get a sunset role and you're like okay, I gotta get ready. Okay, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. The sun's getting up at 6, and
It's
so
true.
it's like it's the fun, but also challenging, but it's also I want to say excitement. I know it all mixed in what I was saying, but what you said was point on. It's like you start from the scratch. You work your way up, and I for me that's encouraging because when you're working your way up, it also tells people that you can do it, but you
Yeah,
have to be constant, right?
absolutely, absolutely. That's what I then, towards the end, I want to teach to everyone that I myself study from scratch, but I know as many people did that. I never went to an acting school, and not because I don't believe in that. It's because I didn't have a financial
Mm-hmm.
security and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I said, you know what, I have $20 or pounds for a book. So let me buy the first book, acting book. It was, by the way, Larry Moss, which is for me
Mm-hmm.
is one of the greatest teacher about
I
acting.
totally
It's
agree
just
with you.
amazing. And so from that moment, I started this way, and I ended up now having almost 60 different books that I've studied in these 5 years. And it's good to go to acting classes because you kind of like get to see like even other people's path journeys, how they develop as well. That's a good thing. um for me it was more to put myself in that, and I try to do a to meet as many people as I can in real life. That's another thing. I think people that want to become an actor
Hmm.
need to experience as much as they can, as James Dean was saying,
You said
every
it
single
right
time.
there.
Go out there and experience. It's not. It's about study also, but the moment you go to a different place and meet different people, that is just, and you're present because you like being there, and it's new and uncomfortable. It's beautiful, and that's how you learn, I think.
Hmm. And you said it right there, point on. You don't, and again, I support going to school too, but you don't have to go to school for acting. You really
Mhm.
don't. And I think that there's a lot of actors out there who, again, everyone who be watching this and tuning in on our podcast is that we're not here to say don't go to school for acting. You can, but also you gave a testimony. If you cannot go, you can still get on
Yeah.
YouTube, make a with you and your friends, family, etc. Make a small video on YouTube, like make a kitchen set or and put it on Instagram on YouTube. That's how you can practice acting, and you work your way up, and that's right there. You really gave a good testimony because that it encourages a lot of young kids from young age all the way to high school who graduate high school and they're thinking, well, I don't want to go to college, for example, or I want to act only, but what can I do? And you just gave a testimony that you can do it. You can start from scratch. And also, what you said is connection. Really, when you get into the entertainment industry, you have the Instagram, right? You meet people through Instagram from all over the world. United States, England, Canada, Asia, who are in the entertainment industry. And you are so surprised that you may live, for example, I don't live in England, but you you live in England and you're like, oh, you never knew somebody from London who was on in the acting, and they're like, "Hey, I'm following you." And you're like, "Oh wow, you live in England? Me too. We can meet. We can, or all this stuff." And to me, it's powerful because you have connections. You have connections. Also, it's the entertainment family support. To me, it's a big deal because I think a lot of people don't realize it's like, oh, am I am I the only am I by myself? Do I not have support? Do I only have my family or what? And but you'd be surprised of you never meet all the people that are following and they never meet you or you never know, but you have the support. They message you, they encourage you, and you do audition. They all say we wish you luck, or you get the role.
Mhm.
They go crazy. To me, that is the most powerful, is the community of the entertainment industry supporting each other. That to me is amazing. And also, I want to say one thing real quick is when you're on set for maybe 3 months, 2 weeks, 1 week, you become a family with them.
Oh yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
it's and people are like, "What?" And you're like, "It's hard." You get up the next day and the set is over and you're thinking, "Wow, it's just kind of boring life right now. Let me text them and see what they're doing. Let's have coffee."
It's
And
true.
it's like
It's true.
it's because you're a family. Anybody who's on set or in movie, they don't forget about each other because they're like, "Wow, this is this is it." So I think that it's not I think. It is. It's for
It is.
sure. It is a family support in the entertainment industry. You can start from scratch. You do if you go to school or not go to school, you already have family in the entertainment industry. If
True.
they, you
It's
know.
very true. Very true. And actors will, I think it's a myth where when they think that to an audition actors will kind of like go against each other, they support each other the most. I think
Hmm.
that even if there's 100 people, they will support each other and they will wish good luck to everyone. It's not like a unhealthy connection, but it's really healthy, and I
Hmm.
think is that's the beauty of it as well.
And also, it's not a competition.
No, it's not.
People may think it is, and they're like, oh, why did he get that role? Or why did she get the role? Well, but you always look at it as like maybe God, maybe God told me that's not right for me. Maybe God told me
True.
I'm not ready for that role, and that's how I view it. Maybe God is telling you, you know,
Yes, something bigger for you.
yeah,
That's another thing.
you never know.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree completely with you.
You said it right there. And it's
Also,
just
sorry, yeah, go.
amazing that you all the roles you get, you never know. It's like you be so surprised like going back to connection real quick, the people you meet through connections, you never
Oh,
know,
yes,
and that's one thing. And it's not a competition for sure. It is just family support.
it is. I agree 100%.
Yes. I want to dig into this now with
Go on.
auditions.
Hmm.
Now, I know you and I are young. Now, the older generations, we can say maybe our parents' age, um, maybe a little older. There is time now that before the pandemic, we used to audition in person. Now we do it on Zoom. Um, in your opinion, do you believe that we should do auditions in person or on Zoom? Because I know a lot of people say in person is good because you're doing your own, you're there, you can show your expression, you're standing up, you can move your arms and all that. A lot of people say, which I agree as well, both, that they like to do Zoom because if they have to work or their schedule, they can just do it on Zoom and they're done. And then they just, leave like that. So in your personal opinion, what do you think and why?
I'm gonna start with an example of something that I've heard very quick that is connected to this. It seems like out of it, but it's not.
No, it's okay.
They did an experiment one day of so people talk about addictions, and addiction we can talk about things like we phone is an addiction, for example, okay, and it gives different feeling, different way of how we talk to someone and
Hmm.
all this stuff.
Hmm.
Now I took an example of this because it's my favorite one. There is a rat. They took a rat and they put it in a like cage with two
Hmm.
bottles of water, okay. One bottle of water was just regular water, the other one was with drug, like I don't know if it was like cocaine or anything, so that water was drugged. It took maybe a couple of days where the rat was actually dying of overdose because he was spending more time with the drugged water, right? So they did that for a couple of years until in 1970, I think in LA, Totus Alexander came in and he said, so this experiment is wrong because we give the rat nothing but the drug. In this case, could be the phone, could be anything. So let's do something different. So they call it a rat park. Okay, so it's like full of tunnels, um, balls that are colored, other frames, so companies as well, and all of a sudden, none of those rats ever touched the drugged water. So
Hmm.
now in my mind is what if the opposite of addiction is connection? And that made me think because we humans are designed to connect with something,
Hmm.
with someone. Actually, in this case, we literally we need those connection. And when we don't have one, so maybe we feel alone, lonely, we feel depressed, we feel sad, we start doing certain things, like phones or whatever, that gives the addiction thing, right? Now, to answer to that question, I go 100% person one.
Hmm.
I actually want that back. Um, and I'm telling you why. First, the energy. If you are, I'm talking about myself, but I know also other actors, they feel a lot through their body, the energy around. I can walk in a room and tell you who's been in the room, like who was in here, or like the type of person, if it was like upset or happy and all this stuff. That's something that you can't if you self-tape all the time. Plus the self-tape, you can remake it all the time, right? And you are judging yourself, but you don't have to judge yourself, because what maybe is bad for you is actually good for them, because you don't know, you see it with your eyes, but let them see it. So unless you say, oh, I'm gonna do one take and I'm gonna send it, but then it's kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really come. So I think person audition, even if it's more adrenaline and being nervous, excited, and all this stuff, I think it's the best thing for the humanity, not for only actors, for everything in general. People need, I
Hmm.
think, need to meet in person to really understand the person that they have in front of them, because by
Hmm.
screen I can be a nice guy, I can be a bad boy, whatever you want. You start, and it's true, and then maybe in front of you I give you different vibes,
Hmm. Hmm.
that most of the time, if we listen to our feelings, sorry, we almost right. Our guts never miss.
Right.
So that's what I think about
Wow.
that.
Amazing. And that's good because a lot of people, were, it's good to be in person. They have people's feelings, their thoughts, and I'm glad to hear that because I think a lot of people want to hear what other actors think, because you have that in person, you have that, in Zoom. I want to say Zoom,
Yeah.
and it's amazing because I think it's that you want to be there in person, um, and you have that because we as human want to be around people.
Yes, I agree.
100%. That's true. I would just want to leave it like that. 100% true.
To give you an example, last year, no, 2 years ago, no, last year, sorry, I've got seven audition. Okay,
Hmm.
six were online and I didn't get anything. One was live and I got the job, and that's how I think is literally the vibe, because
Hmm.
you can feel when someone enters the room. You can feel it, even they don't even have to talk. That's what I think. I believe that casting directors, if they see someone, they just look right, and not because they fit, because the vibe, because of everything, they're gonna get it. Not even, they don't let him even casting, no, do the casting or something like that. I strongly believe that a the person that walks in the room will literally give you the thing that you want. That's what I think, and that's what's missing right now.
That's amazing to hear. That's amazing. I want to get into your films. Do you have in your TV shows? Do you have any upcoming projects?
Not at the moment. What I've started to do, I started again, because that's the thing of acting. Once you finish the job, as you said
Hmm.
before, you kind of like go back to that. And that's why you kind of like very present in the moment, because when it finishes, you go like, well, now what's next? You don't know. It could be like in 10 years or in 1 second. You literally don't know. So I'm trying just to keep creating by myself. I'm writing as well. I wrote a script, a feature script. Um, that's what I'm trying to do. And I think that the learning, again, the, the training, sorry, is in meeting as many people as you can in
Hmm.
any place, any industry. When I go to a restaurant or hotel or anything, I mostly go on my own, just because I love to meet people, old, young, to talk
Hmm.
and to have a discussion about life, and it's just beautiful, which I really hope one day we're gonna go back to that.
That's amazing. That's true.
So that's my
Um,
training. Yeah,
Now, what was your nickname in school?
I didn't have one. Now that I think about it, yeah, so because I no, yeah, I didn't have one.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't really a school guy, by the way.
Hmm.
I never actually been a school guy. If I could just not go, I was not going. Like literally, that was my. I quit school quite early. I think school again, it could be a nice thing for kids to learn about each other. But what I always thought, and I still thinking about it, um, school will make you one person. I think it's really hard to teach the same thing to 30, 40 kids
Hmm.
because everyone has a different path. They listen in a different way. They learn different way. And so to me, it's just a way for society to make you become like the other person next to you. That's why how I always saw it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I think then um gave me this thing of acting and such.
Right. That's it's so intriguing, interesting to hear every person's background because everybody has a different background and everybody has a different story, their life and how they got in the entertainment industry or you know, because to me it's a testimony to hear because you're helping other future next generation actors to get into the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so fun and it's acting roles because you and I went back to acting quite in
Go
area,
on.
but you you get to experience other roles that you get to do, but it's in real life.
Other lives. You experience other lives.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get to experience other things that you never imagined you could do. It's so
Or maybe you did, and because it was illegal and you couldn't do it, now in acting you can do it. No, I'm joking. But
something like
there's
that.
a,
Yeah, it's something like that. It is. It's amazing. What is your motivation message for a lot of young actors out there who are getting into the entertainment industry?
again, as I said before, so the we need to accept that it might take 20 years, it might take 2 years, you don't know. This is a
Hmm.
you get yourself in a place where it's really hard to understand where your breakthrough will happen. And even then, doesn't mean that you're going to stay there. I learned that. But you need to keep learning and keep working towards your craft and such to get better at that and try new things, as you said before, like to even imagine to do things that you never done before, to challenge yourself. So my motivation is um, if you choose to become an actor, is to really learn patience, to really
Hmm.
meditation will teach you. One day I remember for the movie that we've done, so it was based in London, but we had to do like the beginning of the movie, which was at the end almost 2 weeks in Naples, Italy. So from London to Napoli in is like 2 hours plane. You know what I did? I I said to the directors, do not buy the tickets. Don't. I will pay my own stuff and I will come to Napoli in my own way. So because I wanted to learn the art of patience, I'm not kidding. I started from London to Paris, 2 hours train. From Paris to Milan, 17 hours bus, and then from Milan to Napoli, other 6 hours train. So for me, and to go and to come back, for me was when I was sat on the bus, Pullman, how we call it. I really felt like I'm here. I literally need to learn to just stay here, sit down, and just do nothing. And so yeah, the art of patience to really and accept where you are. Really, I think that as you mentioned before, God, I do believe like you are where you're supposed to be. Do not rush it. Just live it. Trust it. Do what you need to do. Do of course your job, and everything will come to match with your energy, your everything.
100%. Patience is the key in the
Mhm.
entertainment industry. Patience. It is things will happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
And we just gotta keep pushing ourselves, keep going for it. And you never know. You never know the role you will get. 100%.
You never know. Exactly. Just
100%.
stick in that, and it will happen. Period. It's just
Yes.
about to stick in that and do not even think of giving up. People tell me give up like sometimes because of course it's hard and everything, but no, fuck it. I'm not gonna give up like ever until I reach what I want. Then
Hmm.
I'll decide when So yes, it's just about patience and really and keep doing your craft. Build, learn. I think one of the thing I want to people to understand. To me, I adore all the actors right now. They're really good. The one Hollywood and even in England, they're amazing. But to me, if you want to become the greatest actor, because that's the point, I think when I started, I didn't started saying, "Oh, I want to be in a movie." I
Hmm.
literally went,
Hmm.
"I want to become the greatest." I don't know how, but I will. And so I suggest to go behind and study actors, like literally study them, like James Dean, Marlon Brando, Natalie Wood, all these
Hmm.
actors that are, they will just make you fall in love with that. And by the way, actors like DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Johnny Depp, they all started because they watched James Dean and they said, we want to become like him. Boom. And, so I think for them, it's more like go in the past and watch the beginning of the cinema because that is where I think is more uh, rawness, more
Hmm.
like truth behind a human thing.
100%. 100%. And you can learn from those actors because they
So
also had
much.
to go through patience, and
Oh, yes.
and hear their testimonies, how they got into the entertainment industry as well. It's very powerful. And you can always go behind the scenes and look on YouTube on set
Yeah.
how it's like. It's really fun. And to me, it's like don't give up, keep going, keep fighting. But patience is the key thing. Patience and courage.
Yeah.
Courage yourself, patience, and you will get there. God will tell you when it's time. And
Absolutely.
if you don't have patience, then hate to say it, maybe the entertainment industry is not for you.
No, yes,
But
I agree. I agree.
but again, if you have patience, I know it's not fun, but you won't regret it in the long run.
But it's not supposed to be fun. I'm gonna leave a little one more example, right? Um, about a cow and a bulls. So they both sense the storm coming, right? But what the cow does, she runs away from the storm, and eventually, what happens? She will stay longer than she's supposed to be because the storm will keep catching on her, right? What a bull does, it goes against the storm. Okay, in the beginning, it will feel pain. It will feel exhaustion. It will be like tired and everything. But
Hmm.
then the moment it gets out, he knows it's done. That he did it, right? And that's how I think I always tell people, let's be less a cow, and be more like the one that goes against the storm. That's what acting is, I think, to artist actually, to go against the storm and know that you will get out. We don't know when, but you will. and it's
100%.
maybe easier this way. That's what I think.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. We got to keep going, keep the faith, keep the courage, never
Yeah,
give up, and you never know what's going to happen. 100%.
very true.
Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Same. I was really happy when you called me in. So it was the same for me, really.
Yes, and I can't wait for all the upcoming projects you're gonna do, and I look forward to having you back on. And we'll
Absolutely.
definitely stay in touch, and I will definitely talk to you soon.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure being with you.
Thank you
Really.
so much. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a
You're welcome.
beautiful day, actually,
Yes,
because
you
in
have a
London
great
it's almost
evening.
night. That's why.
Well, thank you
Thank you.
again. We'll stay in touch.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.